Welcome everyone to this week's video. Today we are on Fish Friday number 35 and we have an awesome one for you today. This one was requested by Mrs. Ping. I hope you enjoy it. She's been actually asking for this fish for quite a while. I've just been putting it off, but ready to do it now. Today's fish that we are going to talk about is the giant moray eel. Giant moray eel, or scientific name Gymnothorax havanicus, Gymnothorax havanicus. They are part of the family Muranidae, which is the family of moray eels. Anguilliformes is the order of all eels, and Anguillidae is going to be your sort of freshwater eels, things like that, but all of your other sort of moray eels are going to be in this family. It's a very big family too. I believe it's over 200 species. I apologize for the potential squeaks and sounds and for this light. We do have some baby chicks and some baby ducks in the computer room right now, raising them up so that we can put them out with the other animals. So there might be some squeaks in the video, but we'll get through this. The giant moray eel does live in lagoons and on the outer slopes of coral reefs. And it's very widespread throughout the Indo-Pacific region. Most people, you've seen the videos, you've gone to an aquarium, you've seen a moray eel. They really like being in between those corals. They like really being, in the cracks of rocks and things like that. You can think like this is one actively hunting, but they're very, very interesting. Now, as the name kind of suggests, the giant moray eel is the largest moray eel in terms of body mass. The slender giant moray is the largest in terms of body length. I believe the slender giant moray gets about another meter longer. This one is definitely the heaviest though. These can get up to about 3 meters, which is about 9.8-10 feet long. And they can weigh about 30 kilograms, which is about 66 pounds. So they're, like I said, they're a pretty hefty fish. They're definitely not small in any way. As you can tell, they are kind of brownish in color. They have these sort of leopard-like spots going around, black specks kind of on the body. Something that most of you should know is that the dorsal fin of the moray eel it starts right behind the head and then it just extends all the way. But it's very important to note that it's not just one continuous fin all around the body. The dorsal fin extends all the way through and then it joins seamlessly with the caudal fin, which is the tail fin, and the anal fin, which is the fin on the other side. So it's just one, it looks like it's one continuous fin, but it's actually 3 separate fins. Now, it does not have any pectoral pelvic fins. As you can tell, obviously, these have pretty darn large teeth, but they have something else interesting that we're going to get into in the future. Also, they really have a thickened neck. They kind of slenderize as they go to the back of the body, but right at the head, they have this really thickened neck, and that's also because of what we're going to talk about in, towards the end of the video. Now, these are a carnivorous fish, very obviously. They'll eat primarily fish, but they'll eat some crabs and crustaceans, things like that. They are nocturnal as well. They do not like to be out during the day, but they will be. It has actually been determined that they are a natural predator of the lionfish, which is kind of interesting because, as we discussed a couple of Fish Fridays ago, the lionfish is actually a heavily invasive species. So there's maybe something to look at there. And something else that's kind of interesting, even though these have very large eyes, these actually don't see very well. They really hunt by smell. Really strong, keen sense of smell. But most of the time, if things are nocturnal and they hunt by smell, normally their eyes are much smaller. These have very large eyes. It's definitely a little bit odd, you could say. However, I must stress, and I kind of stress this with all carnivorous fish, especially in the ocean, do not eat these. Do not eat moray eels. It's not that they're in trouble or anything like that, which they kind of are, but it's the fact that because these are the top predators of a coral reef, predators go through they have a process that's called, I don't want to call it, whenever, you are what you eat. Everyone's heard that saying, you are what you eat. Well, everything has a little bit of toxins in their body. And top predators biomagnify those toxins. And we can talk about that in the future, but basically, essentially think of all the small little toxins that everything eats, and then this is a top, and it's all of that. That's why you might have like some mercury poisonings, or high mercury levels in like freshwater fish. Same thing. Think like that. This is especially true in the coral reef. They really biomagnify ciguatera toxin, which is much more common in reef fish than pelagic fish or freshwater fish. Now, it is important to note that these are actually pretty shy. These are not an aggressive fish. These are very shy. They really want to be left alone. I'm not saying that they won't bite you if you continually try and take a picture of them or keep messing with them, but they're usually pretty shy and want to be left alone. But what a lot of people think is an aggressive posturing for them is they constantly open and close their mouth. But they have to do that actually, because they have to do that. Basically, they're sucking in water and blowing it out their gills, because that's how they have to breathe. They actually have to do that to continually breathe. It's not that they're being aggressive and they're trying to bite at you. They're literally just sucking in water and then pushing it through their gills. Now, obviously, morays are very popular in the aquarium trade. You can find a whole range of different types of morays. But the giant moray is only kept in public aquariums. I believe that's actually by international law, definitely by some different national laws, because of just the sheer size of them. Now that we've gotten to the end of the video, we actually have two kind of fun facts for you, not just one today. The first one is how they hunt for fish. They don't just sit there and ambush, they will actually actively hunt. And something about the giant moray and other moray eels is they actually will do a cooperative hunting ritual with the roving coral groupers. So basically, the coral grouper and the moray will shake their heads at each other, and that's a sign that they want to hunt together. And what happens is the moray will get in between the rocks and try and find fish, and then the moray will scare the fish up out of the coral reef. The grouper is following them down and also in grabbing them if they come out of the reef, and it's also chasing them back down. So the moray chases the bait fish up, and then the grouper will chase them back down, and it'll be caught in basically a sandwich, and both of them will benefit from it. Now, probably the most interesting fact about these is actually, a lot of people don't know this, moray eels, I believe all moray eels, but this is definitely true of the giant moray eels, they have a second set of jaws called pharyngeal jaws. Pharyngeal means throat. We've talked about pharyngeal teeth in some other videos, which are throat teeth in fish. It's almost like way back molars. But these actually have a, bite jaw. I have here a little diagram picture. I believe it's from Wikipedia, which I don't know where Wikipedia got from them. But you can see here, these are their normal jaws. And then you have the pharyngeal jaws, which are caught on some muscles. Okay. Yes, so the pharyngeal jaws. As you can see, you have your primary set of jaws here. And then you have this muscle attachment with these pharyngeal jaws that are set farther back in the throat. However, in this second diagram, you can see that when they open their jaw in a attacking or a biting posture, the pharyngeal jaws actually shoot or launched into the mouth cavity almost like a slingshot. So think of it, basically the pharyngeal jaws are just pulled back on a slingshot, just sitting there, and then all of a sudden big open, they want to bite, and these just launch forward. And that actually will not only help them bite and hold the food, but it also will pull the food down their throat. And they're the only known animals that will use pharyngeal jaws this way. So definitely unique. But thank you guys so much again. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you again. If I don't, please be safe. Have a great day. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you do, I would really appreciate it. I hope to see you again. Yeah, have a great day, and take care of yourselves, take care of your loved ones, and peace.